Good evening, VV Nation. Welcome to the channel. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Always a pleasure giving these presentations. Now, tonight's video, I'm going to start off with the home page. I see all that, most of the oil stocks are doing pretty well today. And when I went to the home page, I did see something interesting. Gold, actually all the top gold stocks are down right now. And a lot of the foreign, ETFs, foreign industries, they're also taking a hit today as well. But there's one space that's got a lot of momentum to the upside, and that is oil that I just mentioned, right? Now we've seen, geopolitical concerns, tariffs, news come out that can drive prices even further, especially as summer gets closer. And as it approaches, historically, oil does pretty well. So let me show you some news stories that could, potentially push oil to even further highs. We're going to take a look at some charts and the industry and sector itself, along with some top picks provided by the VectorVest software. Now, if oil is something that's on your radar and you want some more information, and hopefully this gives you valuable information to stay informed and stay ahead of the trade, make sure you like the content, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. Now, as I start most of videos, it's going to be on the homepage, just to give you kind of a backstory of what's going on in the market. You can see the NASDAQ, they're leading to the downside right now, almost 1%. Based on what I'm seeing right now, it's mostly caused by a tick up in yields right now, especially in the 10-year. Now, you can see pressure on the tech, being the NASDAQ 100 here, growth stocks in general. Not surprised. We're seeing, a slight rally, the market in general. We're seeing those green lights appear more frequently in the color guard. So if you've been bottom fishing off of these, lows coming in earlier March, pretty much a predominance of red lights here. We see the nice transition to yellow lights with some green, with more greens appearing now. We're not getting follow through today, so I'm not going to, suggest, buying, stocks today. Obviously, if you do, just know it is risky. The only up signal that we have right now is the primary wave, a little bit more aggressive signal for active traders and investors. But that being said, look at gold. If we see the top VST stocks, they're flooded with gold stocks right now. We've got Harmony Gold, Anglo Gold, Orla's been very popular amongst our customers, Kinross and Eagle Mines, all down today ever so slightly. I'm not saying that the gold trade is unwinding, but it is taking a pause right now. If you do some bottom fishing, if you're buying the dip on gold today or the near future, hey, I can't be mad at it. And look, DR Gold just turned positive right now. So again, gold is hot right now. I've talked about gold recently, during this market pullback. I have mentioned, foreign entities to diversify your portfolio. And a lot of people watching this video, a lot of our customers, very heavily invested in tech, and we're seeing that unwind in tech trades, especially the Mag 7 over the last few months here. But look, bank foreign, ETFs foreign, no surprise, natural resources at the top of the list here. ETFs foreign country has done really well in addition. And one, regular industry, not foreign entities, that's done hot is food, dairy products. If you have the software, definitely check out those stocks. They've done very well. So you can see exactly why it's got the most momentum of any industries in the VectorVest 7 software. Now, there's one industry and one sector in particular we're going to talk about tonight's video, petroleum, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at some news and see exactly what's been moving oil over the last several weeks. Now, most of you already probably know this, but if you haven't already, oil's been moving up the last several weeks. The big reason why, think about it. There's three main countries that have sanctions on oil from the U.S. right now: Venezuela, Russia, and Iran, right? Now, the new administration, we know that, is playing tough ball, not only with these countries, but other countries as well, with the tariffs. So that being said, this action by the administration is helping push oil prices even further. The reason why, these countries produce and export a lot of the sanctioned oil on the global supply market. Now, that being said, that's going to cause restraints in the global supply, right? Now, oil is ticking up today because Trump is enforcing this, doubling down on this position by announcing a secondary tariff for any country that takes Venezuelan crude oil. China, being a huge consumer of the sanctioned oil, has found itself in the crosshairs. You can see the title of this article here: U.S. slaps Iran-related sanctions on oil tankers, China Teapot Refinery. China did build its own refinery for this crude oil from Iran, which is sanctioned. So you can see here, look, Treasury blocks 8 tankers from carrying Iranian oil. So you can see exactly why these geopolitical tensions is causing supply strains in the global oil market, inevitably pushing prices even higher. Here we have the petroleum sector over the last 12 months. You can see price action, rather flat over the last 12 months, slightly above where it was. Now, as far as a trade setup, you can see the technicals here, the 20-day EMA 3 and 8 all becoming bullish right now. And I'm looking at the star search layout with the Bollinger Bands here. Use a 20-day with a standard deviation of 1. We are in the upper Bollinger Band here, aka the fast lane, showing momentum to the upside. Now I'm looking at the space more of a trade, right? Not necessarily an investment. The reason why this green line here is the valuation of the sector. So you can see the valuation on the decline. On top of that, now the petroleum sector is overvalued because of this. And look at our forecasted earnings per share. This is a 12-month leading forecast here. You can see steady decline over the last 12 months as well. Along with that forecasted growth rate in earnings coming in at only 2%, when a year ago it came in at 4% there, so you can see the decline in all three of these measures. That's why I see this more of a trade, more of a momentum trade to play in this market. So here I have a list. These are the top stocks in the petroleum sector. Right now, the VectorVest 7 software is tracking 284 petroleum stocks. Out of those, these are the ones at the top of the list. So let's break down the top 5 and see if there's any money to be made with these recommendations. The first stock on the list is going to be Athabasca Oil Corp. Now, I will say this about this company. This I see investment opportunities. Look at the stock, undervalued. We see a huge jump in the valuation of the company here, coming at $5.61, only trading at 401. So it is a low price stock here. Earnings per share on the rise. Growth rate and earnings also on the rise. And for my traders, look at the momentum. We see a nice gap up today, especially let's zoom into a 3-month time span. All the moving averages in our favor in the fast lane right here. So this is a stock I can get behind. Now, if we take a look at some more of these positions, we've got TPL. Let's take a look at a year chart here. I mean, again, steady rise in earnings per share, steady rise in earnings growth rate. I like what I see there. Now, I will say this, valuation flat, right? Stock is way overvalued here. As well, I am seeing some consolidation. So if I use some horizontal lines, you can see the channel here pretty clearly, with the bottom around 12.18 and the top of this channel coming in around 14.43. As of right now, the moving averages are in a bullish momentum, but if you want confirmation, you get a clear breakout of this channel, whether it's to the upside or the downside, depending how you want to play this position. Another wonderful chart here, FTI. Look, valuation on the rise, stock price, a lot of consolidation over the last year here, but we're seeing that momentum to the upside. We are approaching the prior swing high here, coming in at $3.45. We're just a couple dollars away from that. So if you want to wait for confirmation, take out that prior swing high. But look at the forecasted earnings. The growth rate is tapering off, but still coming in at 32%. So still a great rating respectively. Here we've got Targa, nice price action, lower left, upper right. Some consolidation here that I'm seeing, but the stock is overvalued. Nice fresh buy rating here. I do like this. Momentum to the upside. Earnings per share on the rise. Growth rate and earnings on the rise. Growth rate and earnings coming in at 21%. So this is a stock I can get behind. Just be cautious. It is overvalued right now, and we are approaching the prior swing high. So if you want confirmation, take out that level. Otherwise, if you're a momentum trader, hey, you can utilize some moving averages, the Bollinger Bands, something to keep you on the right side of this momentum. Now, the last stock here is INVX. Great bottom fishing opportunity here. You can see the high coming in about a year ago, but look at the valuation was decreasing with price action. Again, that's not my favorite chart pattern. That's what I don't like to see, right? But now that tone has changed, right? Value on the rise, price action on the rise. We value the company at $24.72, only trading at $18.34. Moving averages, everything there on the technicals. Let's zoom into 3 months. Looks in our favor, yes. So momentum for the bulls, earnings per share on the rise, growth rate and earnings on the rise. So now you can see how utilizing the VectorVest 7 system can be very easy to find great winning trades in a sector or industry that's showing momentum. Now, a lot of these stocks weren't on my radar, and I'm sure they probably weren't on your radar as well. But if some of these trade opportunities that you like, hey, make sure you share this content so that way, some of your friends and family can also, potentially make some money in the market as well. Now, I hope everybody, found this video useful. I do see the momentum and the possibilities going forward with the oil stock to make some money in these uncertain times. Everybody have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow evening.